Now with your 17 Court Watch, after a multi-agency operation took down the entire Bakersfield chapter of the Hells Angels, all 7 of them appeared in court today for their arraignment, pleading not guilty to several charges.
Picture this. A lone rider rolls up to a shadowy clubhouse, pulse racing, fully aware that crossing that threshold could transform his life forever or cut it short. What does it truly take to claim that legendary winged skull patch? Welcome to the hidden world of the Hells Angels, where unbreakable loyalty reigns supreme, and one wrong move costs far more than your spot in the Brotherhood. Hi everyone, today we're diving deep into the Hells Angels, their strict rules, internal ranks, and the brutal years-long process to become a full patch member. Buckle up, this ride gets intense. Let's go. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, or HAMC as insiders call it, was born in the dusty streets of Fontana, California, back in 1948. Founded by World War II, veterans disillusioned with post-war life, it started as a group of rebels seeking freedom on 2 wheels. Today, with chapters spanning the globe from the US to Europe and beyond, the club boasts thousands of members. But don't let the charity runs and toy drives fool you. This is an outlaw brotherhood with a code that's as tough as their Harleys. Let's start with how someone even gets considered for membership. It's not like filling out a job application or signing up for a gym. In fact, one of the first unwritten rules is, don't ask to join. The club approaches you, not the other way around. If you're a motorcycle enthusiast who's been hanging around the edges of their world, maybe attending public events or knowing a member, they might invite you to become a hang-around. This is the entry-level phase where you're observed at clubhouses or rides to see if you fit the vibe. It's all about personality. Do you share their love for the open road, have common friends, and mesh with the group's no-nonsense attitude? Hang-arounds are basically on probation without knowing it, proving their loyalty through actions, not words. If you pass muster, you graduate to associate, or sometimes directly to prospect. As a prospect, things get real. You're expected to attend events, run errands, anything from fetching beers to cleaning bikes, and endure whatever hazing comes your way without complaint. This stage can last years, sometimes up to 5 or more, because the club wants to ensure you're 100% committed. Prospects wear a partial patch, usually just the bottom rocker with the chapter's location, but no Death's Head logo yet. They don't vote in meetings and are at the bottom of the pecking order, riding at the back during group outings. It's a test of endurance. Can you handle the lifestyle where the club comes first, above family, job, or anything else? The final step to full membership is a unanimous vote by the existing patch members of the chapter. That's right, every single one has to agree. No majority rules here. 1 no and you're out. If you make it, you're patched in during a ceremony, receiving the full vest with the top Hells Angels rocker, the winged Death's Head in the center, and symbols like 81, standing for H as the 8th letter and A as the 1st. But here's the kicker. Membership is for life. There's no retirement plan. If you try to leave, you hand over your patches, or the club takes them, sometimes forcefully. Only in rare cases of long, loyal service might you get an honorable exit. Now, not just anyone qualifies. There are strict requirements baked into the process. First off, you need a valid driver's license and a working motorcycle, specifically a big American-made one, preferably a Harley-Davidson with at least 750 cubic centimeters, though some chapters allow Buells since they're Harley-owned. No Japanese bikes or scooters. It's all about that patriotic post-World War II heritage. You must ride extensively. Think 12,000 miles a year with the group, using your bike as primary transport for cross-country hauls to meets and rallies. Race and background play a role too. Historically, the club has been predominantly white, especially in the US, with rare exceptions for Hispanic or Native American members. Black Americans are virtually unheard of in stateside chapters, though international ones like in Europe are more diverse. And absolutely no law enforcement ties. If you've ever applied to be a cop, prison guard, or even a security officer, forget it. No child molesters either. That's a hard line. Women? Strictly not allowed as members. They're often old ladies, wives or girlfriends, who support from the sidelines but have no voting rights. Once you're in, the ranks keep everything organized. Each chapter is semi-autonomous but follows a similar hierarchy. At the top is the president, the big boss who runs operations, leads rides, and makes key decisions. Below him is the vice president, who steps in when needed and rides second in formation. Then there's the road captain, responsible for planning routes and ensuring safe group rides. He's third in line. The sergeant-at-arms handles security, enforces rules, and deals with any threats. He's fourth. Secretary and treasurer manage admin and finances. Full patch members vote on everything, from new prospects to club business. Prospects, as mentioned, are at the bottom, doing the grunt work. Special patches denote elite status or deeds. The Filthy Few patch, for instance, is rumored to be for members who've killed for the club or shown extreme loyalty in violent situations. Though the club denies it means murder, insiders say it's for those willing to get their hands dirty. There's also the Dequialo patch for fighting cops during arrests, and AFFA for Angels Forever, Forever Angels, emphasizing lifelong commitment. These aren't handed out lightly. They're earned through actions that prove unwavering dedication. But what really defines the Hells Angels are their rules, a code that's non-negotiable and covers everything from riding etiquette to personal conduct. Let's break down some of the key ones. First, the vest is sacred. It's not just clothing, it's your identity. Full members wear it on every ride, and if you're arrested, you hand it to a brother to keep it from police contamination. Lose it or let it get damaged. That's a major offense. Non-members caught wearing Hells Angels gear face serious repercussions. The club protects its symbols fiercely. Riding rules are strict too. In group formations, order matters. President leads, then VP, road captain, sergeant-at-arms, senior members, juniors, and prospects at the rear. It's based on seniority, and disputes are settled that way. If one angel gets pulled over by cops or has a breakdown, the whole group stops in solidarity. No one rides on alone. This unity is core to their brotherhood. Attendance is mandatory. Miss meetings or events. That's seen as disrespect and could get you booted. Club comes first. Drop everything if called upon. Meetings follow formal protocols, like Robert's Rules of Order, with fines for interruptions, at least $100. And speaking of secrecy, no talking to the media, ever, unless you're the president and it's necessary. Don't share info about members with anyone, family, friends, or cops. Even if a brother's missing, you zip it. Drugs? Big no-no. The club officially bans using or selling hard drugs, especially needles, to avoid legal heat. Though history has some scandals, like the 2002 Rochester bust. Domestic violence or non-consensual acts. Zero tolerance. The club emphasizes respect for bodily autonomy. Territory is another big rule. Each chapter controls its area. No rivals allowed. Crossing into Hells Angels turf, like the Mongols did in 1969, sparks wars that can turn deadly. You can't join other clubs or associate with enemies. Loyalty is exclusive. Charity work is required in many chapters. Think toy drives for kids or fundraisers for schools. It shows they're not all bad, giving back to communities despite the outlaw rep. Dress code varies by chapter, but often means no shorts, black, or camo gear, and always repping the club properly. And hobbies? Forget them if they interfere. The bike and brotherhood are your life. One more. Protect the name at all costs. The club sues over misuse, like in the Disney Wild Hogs case, and insists on no apostrophe in Hells Angels. So, why do people join? For the freedom, the camaraderie, the sense of belonging in a world that rejects norms. But it's not glamorous. It's demanding, dangerous, and forever. The Hells Angels aren't just a club, they're a way of life, forged in rebellion and bound by rules that few can follow. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more insider looks at outlaw cultures, and drop a comment. Would you ever prospect for the Angels? See you in the next video. Ride safe.